It's summer here at Adorn. Hooray! I hope it's nice and sunny where you're watching from as well. This week, taken from my live video, I'll be talking about fabulous sizzling summer jewellery, including some longer necklaces and midi rings as well. So exciting! Let's listen in. And it's Friday night. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's lovely to have your company on this beautiful Friday evening in June. And oh, it actually feels like June now as well. It's so lovely and warm, isn't it? Heat wave if you listen to the news. I'm not so sure. We were discussing today that days doesn't exactly count as a heat wave. I don't think so, but we're enjoying it, aren't we? Whatever it is. Even me, I'm pale and factor 50 on my face and factor 30 on my arms. But to make sure that you're summer ready, I've got some gorgeous jewelry to show you tonight from our summer collection. Many of you loving this collection already, the pieces that you've seen. Starting off with our gorgeous beach hut. And you may remember this is one of my favourite summer pieces, and I often wear this one to go to the beach. It's gorgeous, so cheerful, silver and enamel. And live tonight I'm going to be showing you new pieces from the collection, so if you're watching along, do pop on, say hi, let me know that I've got your company. So blue enamel on the top and yellow enamel makes this so cheerful. Little rose gold finish detail at the corner, bucket and spade, which is so adorable, and the life ring above the door. And if we had a magic wand and I could magic this to be much bigger, then I would be so happy to live here. It's such a gorgeous piece. It's got a nice weight to it, so there's the bottom, and super popular on our dotty chain. This will fit on your Adorn Talk as well, so if you've got your Adorn Talk, then your beach hut will fit on there, so you'll be able to wear that on the beach. £50 this one. Hi to Georgina, happy Friday. Hi to Kate, hello, it is hot. It's so warm today, isn't it? Oh my goodness. And I must be the only person in the world that actually carries my jacket to work, because in the shambles, because of the way that they were built, obviously originally they were for butchers' shops, then it's so cold in there. It's lovely today, absolutely lovely. But I obviously have to carry a jacket to work to put on when I've walked there, just in case it gets chilly. Absolute madness. But I'm glad that you're all having a lovely sunny time. It's been just gorgeous today, hasn't it? Still gorgeous now, actually. Feels very strange to be inside when I do this in the winter. It's lovely because we're all nice and cozy. But today I feel like I should be out in the garden. I don't think my Wi-Fi's up to it though, I've got to be honest. So the beach hut on the super popular dotty chain then, and this one is £50. Now I've just had this one arrive back in, and already I think I'm down to my last one. I think I've still got one left. I'm hoping so. Happy Friday to Caroline, lovely to have your company. So if you do want this piece, then yes, it's a great week to choose this one, because it's going to be so sunny, isn't it? It's going to be gorgeous next week as well, apparently. So, lots of summer to come. And of course, if we're summer and we're going to sit in the garden, or we're off to a festival, or we're frolicking on the beach, then we need an anklet. Of course we do, to do that. And this was one of your favourite pieces from the collection. It's a butterfly with this fab detail on the wings, so nice and sparkly. Gorgeous box chain. If you can hear that in the background, that is Heathcliff digging a hole. That means he's gonna go to sleep. He's digging a hole in my rug, which I'm thrilled about. Great news. So he's digging himself in for a little snooze. So lovely patination to this butterfly, and so comfortable to wear. She stays where she is, so she's on a loop and on that chain there, so she doesn't move around. She stays nice and fixed, and it's just such a gorgeous. There's nothing like wearing an anklet, is there? Proper summer jewellery. I love. Good evening to Stephanie. Oh, it was lovely to catch up with you and Elsa today as well. It was fab. We had good fun, didn't we? Especially talking about this heat wave. Hi to Nolene. Happy Friday. The breeze has been lovely, hasn't it? I've been out in the shambles whilst I've been outside the shop today, and we've got a gorgeous breeze there. It's lovely, really lovely. So £30 this one, the butterfly on the anklet, and I'm loving that. And talking of anklets, let me show you. This one was a complete sellout last year in the collection, and I've added it to the collection again this year because I love her. It's our Seashore Anklet. Now, each of the little seashore charms has a meaning, and let me see if I can remember. It's the fish for independence, the conch shell for spiritual awakening, the seaweed for discovering hidden creativity, the cockle shell for friendship, and the star for guidance and intuition. And I just love that each piece on this anklet has got her own special meaning. I think that's lovely. Now I do this in silver and in a yellow gold finish as well. And if last year was anything to go by, then this is a come and see me quickly for this piece. These pieces are all on the website that I've shown you so far. So the beach hut, the butterfly anklet and the seashore anklet are all online. So you'll be able to pop along there and have a look. Got a little extender, oops, on this side of your anklets. They're nice and comfortable to wear. If you need her to be a little bit longer like me, I am about a 10-inch, I think, on an anklet. Standard is 9.5. And so if you need a little bit of extra room, just let me know and I'll add that extender chaining for you. There's no problem there. So a gorgeous piece. And this one with all the twinkly charms, I think is just so lovely. That is just made for the beach. In fact, I might have to have a trip to the beach just so I can photograph this piece. I think it needs to be done, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. And £30 this one. And then I'm so excited to show you. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago that I showed you the filigree bee that I've been loving? The gold finish filigree bee, gold finish filigree bee is completely sold out now. I'm hoping that I'll get some more later on, but completely sold out. But I did say that I was going to have the earrings for those, and I have got the earrings for the silver filigree bee now. And these are just gorgeous. Look at those on a nice hook fitting. Let's just bring her in so you can have a look. And all of that filigree detail there as well. That gorgeous wingspan. I love this piece. I think from our early in the year collection, our early summer collection, this has been my most worn piece, I think. Having said that, not wearing her today because I'm wearing my Halo Talk and she's a little bit higher with my blue john on today. I wanted to talk because I think we've definitely had this conversation before, but in the summer, talks and bangles are so much easier than bracelets. So I'm all with my easy smooth jewellery today. So nothing to make me sort of too hot and bothered. So it's a talk on there today. But these are just wonderful. They're very rounded on the back as well. So they're beautifully finished. And as I always say, that's what makes a good piece of jewellery, that we're rounded on. Well, not rounded particularly, but we're well finished on the back. So if you can pick up a piece of jewellery, turn it over and it looks just as lovely and it's well finished, you know that it's a lovely quality. Georgina says, beautiful, thank you. Nolan says, my niece loved hers more so when she knew it was an anklet, not a bracelet, and didn't need to be shortened. Yes, it would make quite a bracelet, wouldn't it? Definitely. Oh, I'm so happy that she did. That's so lovely. Isn't it wonderful when you choose a present and it's well received? I think that's just a lovely feeling. £45 the earrings, and that's how they drop on the ear. Let's just bring that in a little for you. There, I'm sure I think you can see there, can't you? That's lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. They are going in my collection. Don't judge me. I've got to. I've got I've got the pendant, so I've got to have had the earrings as well, of course. So they're going in there. They are not online. So the things that I'm going to, I'm just checking. Okay, I'll tell you as we go whether they're online or not. But if they're not online, then hopefully they'll be online over the weekend. There we go, and that depends on me photographing them. I'll be out photographing these tonight. Aren't they glorious? So £45 those ones. As always, if you see anything that you love and it's not online, then you can order through Messenger. So you can just message me through the Facebook page and I can send an invoice out and we can post it out to you. No problem there at all. Now, last week I showed you the gold finish version of these super earrings and you asked me if they were available in silver, and yes, here they are. They are absolutely gorgeous with that hammered textured finish. Look at those. They're flat hoops, which makes them really unusual, and that texture just makes them so glorious. They look fabulous in the ear. They're not on an ear stick because they've got quite a fixed post there, stem and post, and I don't want to bend them putting them onto an ear stick, but they do look gorgeous in the ear. Absolutely fabulous. They sit on as a stud, so they're going to sit about there and they'll sit just underneath your ear, obviously depending on where you're pierced, but I think they are just sensational. I'm just trying to bring them in so you can see that's it, you can see the texture of them, because they are wonderful. There's something about that diamond cutting that I just adore. It makes for such a fabulous sparkle. It's wonderful. And these are great. Hoops are always, always in style. They're always going to be in vogue, and different shapes of them, different types of them. But the flat hoop is a really nice twist on that traditional hoop. So if you want to have something just that little bit different, then I think that's going to sit just perfectly. I love that. There's the post. So a nice straight stem post fitting, a butterfly on the back there as well. And they're quite rigid, so they are going to sit just where you put them in your ear, which I like. Just a nice fixed piece. They'd make certainly beautiful hoops if for your first piercing and then your second piercing is a little stud or a twinkly little drop. I think they would look just perfect. These are online now and these are £35, so the same price as the gold finish. Nolene says they're fabulous. Thank you, Nolene. They're gorgeous, aren't they? I do love a nice contemporary silver. I think they're absolutely wonderful. So they're online now. Talking of nice contemporary silver, let me show you the piece. So earlier today, I was so excited to show you these new pieces. I knew that they were arriving today, and I thought, yeah, all being well, we'll be able to put them on the show tonight, and I was so pleased. And missed Posty this morning, couldn't believe it, and thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to show you all of these new pieces. But as luck would have it, because Posty's brilliant, he took it straight back to the office so I could collect it after work. Hooray! So it's all thanks to Posty that you're able to see these tonight, because I was able to go and pick them up, which I was so pleased about. So now you know the story of how I've been excited all day to show you. Let me show you the pieces that I've been excited to show you. So these aren't online yet, but again, they're going to be online over the weekend. This is the first piece. Now, I had to smile at this today because, you know, at the moment, cropped things are all the rage. So crop tops, crop jumpers with high-waisted trousers and that kind of thing. Now, we were talking about, I've just noticed that I've got a little strap there. Let's just see if I can tuck that in there. We were talking about, do you remember in the 90s, tummy chains, belly chains in the 90s that went round your waist, literally round your tummy? Well, we were talking about wearing these again because the 90s is huge. Apparently it's vintage, which makes me want to, makes me want to weep. But then somebody said to me, we were talking and somebody said, oh yeah, it's really cool, it's 90s vintage. And I went, oh come on, it's retro at most, it's not vintage if it's 90s. But then in the 90s, when I was a teenager, I was wearing 70s things because I love vintage. And that was, you know, barely retro then, really. So, and it's the same time period, which again makes me, oh, seriously. So the 90s trends are coming back. Jewelry's no exception. So apparently, when I was chatting with the workshop and the designers, they were saying, yeah, you could wear this as a tummy chain. I think maybe 19-year-old me would have been able to wear this as a tummy chain, but 19-year-old me was very, very tiny. I can't wear this as a tummy chain. It was hilarious when I got home because I said, oh, you know, I was so excited to Adam, and I've got these pieces, and you can wear it like this, or you can wear it as a tummy chain. And I tried it, and I said, oh, well, you can't possibly wear this as a tummy chain. So if you can, then I salute you. You could wear this with your cropped tops around the waist. The photograph on the website is not going to be as a tummy chain, I tell you now, honestly. I'm going to have to find somebody to do that for me, I think, because this does not fit. But what it does do, its original beautiful purpose, is to wear as an over the head long chain. So that's sitting, I'll stand up rather than tilting the screen. There, it's just sitting there, as you see. So delicate and fine, these little silver circles all the way around. And this is so summery. And we've all been layering and adding layers, and this one is really nice, simple to wear, very, very light. As you can see, you could layer it with talk like I'm today. You could put one of your little pendants in there, 2 of your pendants in there, 3 of your pendants in there, and this one, absolutely gorgeous. She will look equally beautiful worn on her own. So you can wear just her if that's what you'd like to do. So let's just pop her off and I'll show you the detail. And she is all silver. Nice little rings. These are nice, rounded, beautiful texture to them, nice and smooth. And a double chain in between each one. And I just think absolutely gorgeous. Fab, fab, fab. Let's put her back on and see. Oops, there we go. So she has got a clasp. So if you want to undo her, and you know, if you want to wear her as a tummy chain, but if you want to undo her and do her up, then you can. But equally, she'll go over your head because that's the kind of length she is. And I just love, love, love that piece. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's bring her back in. I'm trying to remember the length of her. I'm just seeing if I've made a little note. 80 centimetres. Does that sound right? 80 centimetres. I'm trying to think what that is. Yeah, I think that's about right. I always imagine a ruler in my mind. Yeah. So that's her. I think she's absolutely wonderful. I'm just thinking as well, can you see the thought process going through my brain? It's quite funny when I have a new piece that I haven't played with. I was just wondering if you could double her up and fasten her at one of the lower, like a sort of lanyard. I'm not sure if she's going to go through though. No, she won't go through that lower piece. No. I don't think that would work. No. Okay. I'm just having a little play. You're seeing what I normally do now when new pieces come in before I show them. £45 this one. Oh, and I just love her. She's a summery, beautiful, lovely piece. Georgina says, love it, thank you. Me too. I love everything in this collection. You won't be surprised. As I've said before, I'm not sure if if you're watching for the first time or if you've watched before, everything that I choose because it's fabulous. It's not always something that I would wear because we've each got our own personal style, but it's got to be high quality, it's got to be eye-catching, something that starts a conversation and somebody says, oh, I love this, and have you thought about this, and do you like this? And that's what this jewellery is all about. And this piece, very simple, very contemporary, very lovely. Now, the other thing that we were talking about last week was midi rings, and you were saying that you like my midi ring. Thank you very much. This midi ring that I'm wearing, just can't get. So I've been speaking to the designers this week, and hopefully I might be able to have this one later in the year, but not at the moment. But never fear, because I have been putting together a collection of midi rings, and I've got to be honest with you, and you'll laugh if you've watched before and you know that I just love pieces coming in the new collection, and I just want every piece. And when I was looking at these midi rings, I thought, oh, I might treat myself to a new, a new midi ring for the summer collection. And now I can't decide. They are all, and even with my inherent bias, because obviously I curated the collection, I'm going to love them. But they are amazing. I love them. I want everything in this collection. So let me show you and see what you think as well. I do love a good midi ring. So this is the first one. I'm just going to pop her on there. A very, very plain, so it's this one. Very, very plain and simple. All in silver. These are lightweight. They are all adjustable. And if you wanted, I was having a little play earlier on, you could actually wear these and double them up as toe rings if you wanted to. Do you remember those? Again, 90s fashion, remember those? So they are mainly flat at the bottom, so you could actually double these up as well if you wanted to. So with the adjustability, it just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. What we want to avoid, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to sort of show you what we don't want to avoid. Want to avoid going and opening and closing and opening and closing. The idea of them being adjustable is that you've got a little bit of wiggle room, so you can open her up or close her up, whichever you want to do, just so she fits nicely. And once she does that, that's it. So you want to avoid sort of opening her, closing her, putting her on a different finger, because over time that's going to weaken the metal here at the front. You're going to get metal fatigue, and you will end up with two pieces of one ring, and that's not what we want. So slightly adjustable, but just so they can sit comfortably on your finger. When you're sizing for a midi ring, I'm going to write a guide to make it a little bit easier for you. I'll write a blog, the same as I've done with the bangles, to tell you how to size for a midi ring, but it's simpler for me to tell you here while I'm live, because then you can ask if you've got any questions. When we're sizing for a normal ring, and by normal I mean wearing them at the bottom of your finger like I'm wearing these ones here, the thing that we look for is a resistance over the knuckle. So they're going to have a huge resistance today because I'm very warm, but just to give that little tug, and that is the good thing to keep your rings on. So that's how I would normally size for a ring, just looking for that little push over your knuckle, little pull when you're bringing off. For a midi ring, obviously they're very different because they don't sit underneath your knuckle. So you do have to size quite tightly. And what's the best way to do it is to sort of have a little push and until you feel the resistance. And as you can see now, if I put my hand upside down, these are going nowhere. They are tightly fitted to my finger. Can you see? So we're having to pull just over the top of your finger, and we're just going to push down there. So you can feel that you're wearing these, but they should be very snug but not uncomfortable. So they shouldn't be pinchy when you put them on. They shouldn't be pinching the back of your hand or pinching the front of your hand. They should just be nice and snug, and they are going to stay where they are. Now, the biggest question that I get asked when I'm talking about midi rings is, will they stay on? Yes, they will. If you size them properly. The thing to avoid, the glamour is when you're going shopping. If it's a new ring for you, then I found mine a bit, they're going to catch in your shopping bags and that kind of thing. When I wasn't used to them, now they're fine. I can wear them all the time and do happily. But that's just something to be aware of. So probably when you've got your ring, have a try at home, and it always makes people smile when I say that, but have a try. Put her on, go about your everyday at home, and then you'll get used to wearing her, used to feeling how she feels, and you'll know that you've got that resistance right. So just making sure that you are a little bit snug when you're putting that on. There we go. That's my quick guide to midi rings. If you've got any more questions, pop them in the comments, and then I'll answer them in a blog or a vlog post, whichever you'd find easy, or both perhaps. There, so that is the plain one. And then I've got, so that's plain silver. They're all nice and lightweight. I love the plain gold. And if you know me, you'll know that normally I'm a silver person. But I love this gold. It's just so simple. And I think I might have her on that finger, and that I would probably take that one off, maybe. Not sure. Not sure. That's the other nice thing about midis. You can get more rings on. You can put more rings on. I think there, maybe. I don't know. Nice, simple gold finish, this one again. So silver underneath, gold finish over the top. £15, these ones. And again, that one open at the back, so slightly adjustable. So you can wiggle her up or down depending on which finger you'd like to go on. Often they'll make little pinkies as well. So really versatile. Let's see. Oh, just if I was going to wear her as a pinky, I'd open her up a little bit. But she'll make a pinky. She'll make a midi. I am not going to try her as a toe ring. While you're on there, nobody wants to see that. I might try later, and I'll show you a little picture. But that's that one. So £15 again. And then something with a little bit more detail. So this one is a beautiful cross shape. Little kiss in the front, a double ring, and just that nice little kiss in the middle. Again, open on the back and flat, so really nice and comfortable, and a little bit higher profile wise, but still nothing that you're going to catch. Still nice and comfortable, that one. And then open at the sides there, just again for that detail. There. And £15 again, this one. So these are all going to be online over the weekend. Having said that, I can't choose. I think the next ones are probably my favourite. See what you think. I've got these in the two colours, and it is our Garland midi ring. Let me just see. Let's just take that light out a little. Just bear with me, the light's just going to change when I change. It's going to turn off completely. Wrong button. But I think you can see maybe a little bit better now. You'd be sitting there going, what is she doing? Is it a disco if you just caught on? Just trying to get her with the detail. She is from the collection of our Garland, so we do an ear cuff that is this Garland, and she matches that, and I just love this piece. Now she is a little bit more textured, so she's got the leaves there all cut out, the flower in the centre, so beautiful. She's very Titania, Queen of the Fairies, this one. Just for lying about in glades. Georgina says that's lovely, thank you. Absolutely gorgeous, this one. Nolene says they're fabulous, thank you. Absolutely gorgeous. They are just wonderful, aren't they? And this one also in yellow gold finish too. Trying to decide how many midi rings I can get away with. And that's the Garland midi ring, and those ones are £15 each again. So £15 in the silver, £15 in the yellow gold finish. And then sticking with the floral theme, let me show you the daisy, which I just love. There, let me finding a finger that I can show you on, isn't it? And this one is the daisy. So this one is a slightly higher profile. Still not too high, but gorgeous texture in the middle, a lovely flower. And if you were going to do a little bit of a collection, you could have, let's take that one off. You could have the daisy, the garland, the other garland. Maybe you could stack them. Let's see. Have a little play. I don't know. Have a little play with them. But there they are. That's the florals. So the daisy with the little sparkly centre, and then the garlands as well. I'm loving those. And if you preferred the flatter profile, sorry, that one's £15 as well. All £15, all the midi rings. There we are. If you prefer the flatter profile, you could go for something like this one, which is based on a Celtic wave. This one is very gentle and super, super comfortable to wear. The others I could feel when I put them on. They're not uncomfortable because I very, very rarely do uncomfortable jewellery. It would have to be a proper statement. We were talking about this earlier today. If you're going to be sort of uncomfortable after a little while in jewellery, it needs to be fabulous, and then you can just take it off as soon as you get home. But these aren't uncomfortable. They're nice and comfy to wear. This one of the most comfortable. And then finally, we've got our lovely hearts. Just absolutely gorgeous. And there are midi rings. I hope you've absolutely loved them, and I hope you absolutely love the collection as much as I do. Come in and see them. If you can't, they're going to be online over the weekend, so pop over, have a little look. Let me know what you think in the comments, and any midi ring questions, pop them in there as well. Nolene loves the Garland collection. Me too. So beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Have a lovely warm weekend, whatever you're doing. And remember, until next we meet, eat, sleep, sparkle, repeat. And I'll see you soon. Bye everybody. See you soon. Bye.